24 weeks. So basically, we're gonna spend 8 weeks on each of the 3 Qigongs. Yeah, so there's 3 different Qigongs focusing on different stretches, different energy. Each has 6 moves. So we'll have we probably do a little more in the beginning. Like today, we'll try to do 2 moves, and as we go further, we'll do 1 move each class, and then at the end, we'll have time to practice the first qigong before we're moving on to the next one. So we'll do about 8 weeks, and then move on to the next one. Yeah. So this is also our what I call a beginner level qigong. You know, qigong is great. People who have done it can tell you, like Tony here and Canute, they have been to workshops where we practice the qigong, and they can tell you that instantly, even just doing that, whatever time, 1 class or half an hour, or sometimes a couple of classes, you have really made a difference for people. Other than they feel like they have more energy and you can feel the stretch and the strengthening for the body, but it's very healing for any injuries, ache, and pain for the shoulders and back. You know, I have many testimonies. I stopped posting it because there's so many, but there are a lot on Facebook in our Qigong group, testimonies from the earlier days. Yeah, so this is very good for your body. But the only complaint was mainly that it's difficult. So a lot of times, especially when people are not in shape, they get ache and pain. A lot of times people don't want to work very hard. You know, they like the benefits, but sometimes, you know, they rather not work hard and don't receive the benefits, you know, unless they have to or something. But in general, that's the only complaint. Yeah. So for this qigong, I'm making it easier, also easing your way in step by step, so you will get stronger as we go before we work a little more. So that's why it's suitable for new students. Yeah. So anybody that's new or don't know Tai Chi or qigong is fine, and then they can join at any time too. And we'll just prorate the rate, because each move is different, each qigong is different, especially let's say at the end of the 8 weeks, if some other people want to join, they can just start with qigong number 2 and then number 3. So it doesn't matter when they join, even in the middle of the first 8 weeks. So they just work on whatever we're working on, and then just follow the rest, because it's easy to follow. So that was the one of the purposes when I developed this qigong, so people don't have to spend so much time trying to remember the moves or try to perfect the moves. The moves are simple, but it's more focused on developing internal energy and stretching and strengthening and things like that to help your Tai Chi. Once you develop those energies, your Tai Chi will be better, and you just be stronger and more energetic. So once that happens, again, everything will be better, not just your Tai Chi. So that was another goal. Yeah. Okay, so now let's continue. We'll start with the first move of Qigong number 1. Now we stand with the feet shoulder width apart. Make sure the toes are straight in the heel, and then also straight side to side. And then the energy have to come up from the feet. So you're not just relaxed here. You want to make sure you're pushing up, extend the arms down, straighten the body, and lift the crown. So apply some energy. Normally we'll do this with a lot of energy. So here maybe just some or half of your energy, but you do want to put some energy into the extension in the arms while the legs and body going upwards. Okay, so now we're gonna circle. Just lift the 2 arms up like there's some weight on top, and we're focusing also still on the extension. Okay, so bring it at exactly shoulder height, and the hand should be in front of the shoulders. And then here we keep the arms straight. Okay, so we don't bend the arms. It's not exactly like Tai Chi. And here we're gonna bend the fingers back and push the palms and the heel of the palms forward. So we feel the stretch in the arms. Okay, open the arms, open the hands, keep the shoulders down. And then we're gonna split here. We're opening the arms, left hand going up first, right hand going down. And make sure you push both hands back at the same time. And then we'll close, staying at the same width, move at the same speed, and we'll meet in the middle. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. Now my right hand's going up, left hand's going down. Stretch. Both hands close and hold. So the fingers are above the shoulders. Okay, now both arms push down. You gotta connect the two sides like it's a horseshoe and just rotating it. Bring the arms all the way to the side and push. Okay, and then we straighten the wrists. As we do that, we put the energy in the fingers and continue to push with the feet. So that part doesn't end. Continuous, and the energy from the top changes. Again, now here's the lift, and then the push, and then the separation. And then both arms close. Have to work together. So the energy had to be even on both sides. So it meets right in the middle here. And then we do another one. Stretch. Close. Push down again. So we'll do this 3 times. Straighten the wrist. And lift again. So just repeating the exact same thing. Push. And open. It will really help at the end here, especially if you expand the body from the inside, which means you have to take a deep breath. Just relax the breath, and then at the open here, you can do it again. Okay, so that's the first move. We're gonna go on to the second one, but we're gonna meet in the middle and hold it here. So we're not going to go down. So again, make sure the arms are straight. You're pushing forward, wrist bent, and then I'm gonna circle one arm back. Starting with the left arm. I'm not turning my body. Just let the big circle in the arm. With the arm, open the shoulders. You can see my left shoulder is also back. And then push forward. Keep the arms extended. Use what we call the whole energy, the whole body connected. Open up. Try to go back as far as you can. And the shoulder can turn, but don't turn the lower body. Keep the hips forward, especially there's no twist in the knee. Repeat. Now the left side again. Pushing back. You're opening the inside, the chest, the inside of the arms. And then when you go forward, you're opening the back and the outside of the arm. So it's a different energy. We're working both sides of the body, inside and out, the top and bottom, even though we're not moving the legs, just the energy of pushing up and controlling the twist. You have to have firmness in the legs so that the legs don't twist as I twist my upper body. So that's some work for the legs too. Hold it here. And one more time, 3 times each. Expand internally. Pause in the front and then circle the other side. And go forward. Okay, so we'll end it here. So again, we'll do 2 moves today and then 1 moves each class. And also in the beginning, we'll be combining with some other exercises because we're just doing a couple moves. So we have the time, so we'll do something that complements Qigong. Yeah. But at the end, toward the end of the 8 weeks, for instance, we'll have to practice the beginning too. So that will take some time and also teach the next move. So we'll have less time for the other things. But usually in the beginning, we'll try to do a few other things too. Yeah. Okay, so now with this first 2 moves, they're similar. So they're just different angles. One's up and down, one's side to side. The up and down, we move together, both arms. And when we go to the back, one arm at a time. Yeah, so when the 2 arms move, you just think about like you're holding a rubber band or something elastic. I'm stretching it, right? To stretch, you have to have energy on both sides and have to move evenly. So that's what I'm doing here. And then when you get up, you make sure that it's easier to bring this hand back. So a lot of times people have this lower hand further and this one's not enough. So the important part is this part. That's what we're working on here because that stretch is open here. It's helped the circulation, the breath, and just release tension in the back because we tend to lean forward more, right? So this is the most important. So this hand go with it. Yeah, see how that both hands go together. So just go back as far as you can, keep the arm straight, and you'll get more flexible. Yeah. And then just when you close, you meet in the middle, and then both hands go down together. So here we keep the wrist bent. We have to keep the fingers straight. So what we're doing here, again, it's not like Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, we try to be more comfortable. So we don't completely straighten the knee, elbows. But here we're trying to stretch. So if you push the fingers back and straighten the elbows, that's a good stretch for the arms, right? So that's what we're doing here. That's why we don't bend the arms because we're not doing a martial art here. We're doing Qigong and stretches, right? So here we keep the arms straight, but also it's very important to keep the palms open, right? So a lot of times as we get older, I can see people's palm that doesn't open anymore. It's harder to open and start to lose muscles in the hands, right? Because that's the furthest from the circulation, from the center. So practicing this, sending the energy all the way to the end of the circulation, which is the palms. And same thing, as you do that, generally you'll go both sides because it doesn't go one side. When you do that, you're expanding. So naturally, you're also going down to the feet. And especially if you think about pushing with the feet, that will make a big difference. Yeah. So the moves are very simple, but make sure you do the basics. Keep the arms straight, keep the wrist bent, open the fingers, move together, all the big basics that will cover. So that's what's important in this Qigong. Yeah. And number 2 is a little different. So we're doing one side at a time. So when the one side circle back, we again here we keep the arms extended as we circle. And it's always the same with both moves. As we open, where energy is coming from the inside, using here to push backwards. And when we go forward, we're using the back to push forward. Yeah. So naturally, by making a big circle, that will again turn the shoulders here. Right? You just go back as far as you can. Don't relax the body and turn this way. So here I can turn more, but now that my structure is not strong anymore, yeah. So I want to keep my stance firm, and it's almost like you are twisting something like a spring in the middle, right? As you circle or twist it, the more you twist, the stronger it gets. Yeah. So here you go back as far as you can, but at the end, make sure you push. Okay, you push with both hands because in the beginning, especially as you go back, and we're forcing ourselves to go back for the stretch, and your shoulder might get a little tight. So just remind ourselves, stretch out. Eventually, you will loosen up. So don't worry about getting tight in the beginning. Yeah. So it's important to stretch backwards. So both sides are the same. So when you go to the other side, it's the same thing, only moving one side. So what here, what you should feel like again, your hands still like on the inside of a rubber band. You're gonna open it. So even though you're just using one hand, the other side have to have the same amount of energy not to move, right? So you don't want it to be pulled. And I'm not pulling it this way. So this is to hold the rubber band and let this side stretch it out. Yeah. So at the end of the stretch, again, we're focusing on expanding the chest. And then at the end of the stretch, or here in the front, we're focusing on opening the back. Okay? So again, working on two different sides, and the same with the arms. So let's start from the beginning again. So while you listen, there's a little break for you. We'll do it one time facing this way, and then one time I'll face the other way. Begin. So you have to feel the extension. You have to use more energy than you doing the slow forms in Tai Chi. So actually feel like you're pushing something with some weight, heaviness. And but more importantly, keep the arms straight and expand the inside. Both hands go back. Try to get behind the body if you can, but not just with one hand. Meanwhile, as we do this, you should practice this. You can follow the video and then try to do it on your own the second half of the week when you don't have the video, to train your body and get it stronger. So as we go further, your body is ready. Here, the wrist is still bent. And then when we finish, we straighten the wrist and lift again. Stay connected, like there's some weight on top of the arms. Left side up, and then we meet in the middle, and then the right side go up. I face this way here so you can see, and then I'll do it one time facing the other way. Easier to follow. Push down, straighten the wrist, put the energy in the fingers, but all the joints, every part is connected, it's firm. Push and open. Pause and split. Energy coming from the body out to the hands or go through the arms. Finish in the hand. Okay, we'll pause here and then go back one arm at a time, starting with the left. Again, open from the inside, finish on the outside, furthest from the body. And then here, use the energy in the back. Are you squeezing a ball or slowly letting the rubber band back? So you have to have control of your energy, the body, the movement, and stay focused. Close. Open. Keep the wrist bent, bending the fingers backwards. Push the palms forward. Forward. And right in front of the shoulders. One more set. And as you do it, pay attention to the body and what's going on and study the energy, what's happening. Okay, so that's 3 times. Gonna bring the hand to the front. And then I'm gonna lower the arms to end it. And then we'll relax. Okay, let's do it one time facing the other side. Take a 30-second break. Oh, have a little water. Can loosen up a little bit. So here you'll see the back when I stretch and open. In fact, let's do another exercise. We have enough time before we do the Qigong. Okay, we're gonna do the cloud hands, the standing still. So we're gonna shift to the left, circle the right hand, step out, and then we'll just make a few circles and shift with it. Loosen up. Here we're lighter because we're moving, but you have to have energy. Sometimes people misunderstand when they say you can't use strength. When you can't use strength doesn't mean there's no energy. Nice circles, shift back and forth. Now back and forth, left and right. Okay, now let's bring the foot back and make sure the feet aligned correctly. And when we start here, we have the palms facing backwards. Make sure you have energy, like we're trying to grow. Okay, begin.